Customization, transparency, profit. The HedgeBettor sports betting platform is a revolutionary concept that creates a competitive advantage for every party involved in the sports betting process. We are putting the odds in your hands, cutting out the middleman, and empowering a future generation of sports bettors. Look for the HedgeBettor sports betting platform coming in 2023. In the meantime, visit us at www.hedgebettor.com, follow us on Instagram at HedgeBettor, and subscribe to the HedgeBettor YouTube channel.
Episode 84. Welcome to Steele Nazz, brought to you in part by HedgeBettor from our headquarters in Braintree, Massachusetts. Tonight, we have the big man on campus in Barstool Sports affiliate. We're just on the Barstool Idol. Breaking news of Jeff Nadu, the Philly-based content creator, sports bettors, fresh off Barstool Idol. Like I said, kind of talked about his crime podcast. We talked about some, gambling. What else we talked about? Magic? Anything in particular?
If you know Barstool, you know Jeff. I'm going to call him Nadu. It doesn't matter how you pronounce his last name. I don't even think he gives a shit, but maybe he does. Whatever. If you know Barstool, you know Jeff Nadu. That's it. And he was great. He was a great guy.
He was.
Thank you for coming on. Shout out Mish for the third time.
Shout out him introducing us to Bree, whatever her name is.
Bree Hunter. Shout out Bree Hunter.
How you doing?
Let's get her back to Barstool. You'll learn more about that in the interview.
Yeah. Our post-interview menu, we just brought up the Bruins just named the new head coach, Jim Montgomery.
Stud.
Kevin Durant requests from the net, trade from the Nets. UFC 276, probably the biggest card of the summer.
Big card.
We give our prediction for that and what we're going to do on the 4th of July. I just wanted to give a big shout out here. Over the weekend, I had a very close family friend, Frank McPartland, pass away. He was a big fan of the program. Just a great guy to be around. Quincy legend, and he's going to be very missed by everyone, family and friends. So I just want to give a big shout out to him before we spin it to Jeff Nadu in our interview. Unbelievable guy. He'll be missed.
Absolutely. RIP. Yep, RIP.
Let's spin it now to Barstool Sports affiliate, Jeff Nadu.
Nadu.
We're now joined by the big man on campus. I got you. Jeff Nadu, Barstool Sports affiliate. Is that the right term right there? How are we doing tonight, Jeff? Good?
Yeah, I'm doing well, guys. Thanks for having me. Yeah, it's, I'm always, anytime someone asks me, what do you do? What do you do? I tell them what I do. And they're like, oh, yeah, you used to work for Barstool. You still do? I'm not contracted with them, but, I still do stuff with them, and we'll see where the future goes. But, yeah, either way, I do media.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How did that start? Obviously you're a big degenerate gambler, but was that?
As are we.
Is that once you saw that that was starting to be a big thing with content people, you were like, all right, let's go that route and make some media content out of this? Well,
I mean, I've been doing podcasts and content since 2009. I mean, I was doing this a long time ago. I was one of the first people on Twitter, gambling Twitter. I go back way deep to this. And I've been making content off and on forever. And when I got connected to Barstool, that was probably 2017, 2018. It was way back. I used to give college basketball picks to Dan, Big Cat.
Yep.
And we created kind of a relationship, friendship a little bit. And this was back before gambling was even legal, before PASPA was passed or anything. And he said to me one day, he's like, hey, I think some of your stuff's funny, like the videos you post. He said, would you ever want to sit down and talk to Dave about some of your ideas? And I said, yeah, absolutely. And a couple weeks later, Dave reached out to me, and he asked me to come up to New York, and I live 2 hours away. So I got on the train, went up. And at the time, like I said, there was really no plan on what anyone was really going to do, but we always maintain contact. And they offered me a contract in 2018 or 2019, and I declined it because at the time I was doing super well with just the content I was doing. And I was selling picks at the time. And I don't know if you guys know that's a really profitable business if you have a following. So I just kind of looked at it, and it wasn't the right time. And then I came back in 2020 and coronavirus happened. It's just been a long odyssey, but Barstool has always been very cool to me, and they've always given me an opportunity. I got to do Rough and Rowdy. I've got to work there. I've got to do all this different stuff. So they're the one company that I think suits me because I'm just kind of a wacky, kind of weird guy, and I don't have a filter sometimes, so I don't know if I'd belong on certain places. And they've always allowed me to be who I want to be.
Should we get right into like Barstool Idol last week? I mean, you're fresh off that. Like, might as well. I watched it all. I'm a big Barstool guy. I love the Barstool Idol stuff. Congrats to the 2 people that won. But like, how was that experience? It sounded like you were like late edition. You filled in for Big Dick Booty Daddy. Is that?
Yeah, I actually didn't know that. I didn't know that until
that's crazy. They were going to give him. They were going to possibly hire him.
Yeah, because that guy was the worst.
After his R&R performance, I don't think they were going to give him anything. But so I was contacted probably around June 1st. Gaz reached out to me and said, "Hey, I think this would be good for you to do. It'd be funny. I think you'd add a great element to it. As kind of like that wheel, if you could, that no one knows is coming." And I said, "You know what? I'll do it. Absolutely." They gave me the details, and nobody knew I was coming. The only people that knew were a couple people on the yak. And I kind of got the expectation that it didn't really suit what I do. I'm not really someone that, I'm not going to say I'm not creative, but like I don't really do skits and stuff. Like that's not really my thing. I'm more of just like, I want to come on and talk about gambling or the mafia or like something I'm good at and have a good time with it. Like that's really what I do. We're just kind of on the fly, like around the office or something. So I didn't quite think I'd win. And in fact, I didn't think they would pick me just because I've already worked there. I thought it was a little unfair. So I just kind of went into it thinking, I'm going to take this advantage and just kind of run with it. I know I'm not going to win, so I'm just going to try to go viral as much as I can and try to have a good time with it. And it worked out because for me, maybe I'm better at creating content than I think, but I just try to have a good time, whether it was with the basketball thing or with, the security girl, Ebony or whatever. Like, I just try to have a good time with it.
I thought the electricity was in the air. I mean, the part that I saw was the basketball. Just when was the last time like you stepped on a court and like that must have been, I'm sure you're not suited to playing basketball every day. It seems like quite the game,
especially.
Yeah.
Well, see, we were told the night before that there were no rules. Okay, so
that's big.
Obviously, yeah. So like for me, I'm not gonna like if I don't have to dribble, I'm not gonna dribble. Now, I actually am somewhat better than what I showed. Some of it I kind of milked for the camera, like because I knew that if I lost, it would be way funnier if I lost than if I won. Like no one remembers like the guy that came in 3rd or 4th or 5th or even 1st. Like, do you remember who scored first?
No, not a clue.
Okay, do you remember who lost?
No,
you did.
Oh,
yeah, I did. Right. So like I look at that video worked like perfectly because like I think it got like 2 or 3 million views on Instagram. I mean, Russillo was retweeting it, all these people were retweeting it, and it was funny. And for me, I've learned over the years that to truly become somewhat even successful or noticeable, you can't have any shame. Okay. In the end, I know I'm not a basketball player, right? So it's like, I haven't shot a basketball in 10 years. Now, I will say this. It's going to be funny next week when I go and film a video and show that I can actually shoot correctly. But in the end, it worked. And I felt like I was the star of the show. I felt like, without me, I don't know if the competition would have been near as interesting. And in the end, the people that matter at Barstool loved what I did. So, the real goal that I had, guys, was really I wanted to get in front of Dave at some point. Like I asked the powers that be there, hey, can I get 5 minutes with Portnoy this week? I'm in town. Can I see him? And he ended up really liking what I did. So, it's kind of opened up another avenue possibly down the road for something that we've been talking about. So we'll see.
You're in the mix for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I agreed with like what you said. Like it kind of was a cop-out when you were the guy who came in, like guy who's already been gotten the opportunity, and you don't do the skits and stuff, but you were very funny the whole time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Basketball day, everyone was like, the dude stole the show today. And you did.
Yeah. And I think that was, like I said, that was the goal. And, I'll admit, like some of the contestants there were pretty funny, pretty good people. And, I wanted them to win. I want people to have success. I had my chance. Obviously, it worked a little bit against me and what I wanted, but I'll have another opportunity. It's not like they won't call me in August to do Pick Central or whatever. For me, though, like my goal at this point is I want to go to Miami. Dave is creating this group of people. That's where I want to go.
So that's why you wanted the 5 minutes.
Not
with
a bad
Dave?
plan.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I wanted to do the pitch. I wanted to say, look,
I like that.
Because I genuinely believe, with where I'm at in my life, I would be very suitable down there. I think it would work well for me. And, I can kind of be on my own to kind of continue to do what I do. And look, at the end of the day, Dave and I have a good relationship. So why not?
You talk about the Barstool Idol and the Pick Central. What's kind of been your favorite moment in, affiliation with Barstool or just kind of your media career in general? I know you got the crime podcast too. It seems like you got a lot of stuff going on.
I mean, I just try to stay busy, crank stuff out. I mean, in the summer, things go kind of haywire. You do stuff you don't think you'll do. And, like Idol, I didn't think I'd ever do that. Rough and Rowdy, I would say, was probably the wildest thing I've ever done. I mean, I also don't fight. I mean, I haven't fought.
We got to talk about that. We got to talk about that.
We got a Rough and Rowdy alum over here.
I fought in Rough and Rowdy as well. We're actually.
Oh, did you?
I did.
Really?
Yeah, back in Providence. We're big. We're very affiliated with Lights Out Lang. We have,
no shit.
Yeah.
We have our own Rough and Rowdy that we kind of created. It's called Kings of Combat. It's happening July 16th. I got to plug that in. But
that's great.
Your performance,
I'm a big Bobby Lang guy. He's a good dude.
Your performance in your Rough and Rowdy against Jersey Jerry, not great.
Listen, let me tell you a little bit about the backstory to Rough and Rowdy. Okay, so I had wanted to fight Rough Rowdy for years, but I always wanted to fight Rico Bosco. That was always my thing. Yeah. Now I knew he would never do it, so I kind of wrote it off. And as many people know, I lost 130 pounds. Okay, I was 340 pounds at one point. Now I'm like 210.
That's awesome.
And
unbelievable.
Thank you.
Yeah, well done.
Congratulations.
Appreciate that. So when Jerry kind of called me out, I thought it was just such a random thing to do. And I was just like, well, I don't know, maybe this could be a decent way to make some money. And it is kind of an experience. It's kind of one of those things that I'll do now that I can do that I probably couldn't do before. I'll be honest, guys, I really didn't train much for it. I trained maybe 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. It was a wild thing, but I kind of just went in and knew, in all due respect to Rough and Rowdy, you really can't box. It's not like you can sit there and tactically create something. But, I know now that I actually started to like doing it. It's a fun way to train. It's a fun way to do cardio. And I didn't look good. I know I didn't look good. I looked after the fact and was disgusted with it, quite honestly. But in the end, I just didn't want to look stupid and get knocked out. Not that you could get knocked out with 16-ounce gloves, but I got to tell you, I thought by the end, I looked better than Jerry did. As far as
you did
the way
hold
we
your
looked.
own. You definitely didn't get knocked out and embarrassed that way. Yeah, Jerry just came out a little hot in the beginning, but he tired himself out. What was the beef though again? Why did he call you out?
Yeah, what did they
So it was one Sunday night in September. It was early NFL season, and he got super pissed off because he had this parlay that he bet, and one leg lost because the refs said Julio Jones stepped out on a touchdown when he really didn't. And he hit Dave up and was like, "Can I get my money back?"
I remember
for this. And I was just like,
fuck off.
Yeah, and no, that's just so sad. I was just like, is this guy fucking serious? Yeah. I mean, I wish I could go to the sports book and say, hey, for all the things I've done in my life, all the bad things happen, can I get my money back? And I said that to him, and he was just like, he comes back with nobody talks shit about Jersey Jerry. If you want, you could see me at Rough and Rowdy. And I was just like, I didn't really even know who the fuck the kid was because he had just gotten hired. I had no idea who Jersey Jerry was. And Dave hit me up a few days later and was just like, hey, he's serious about making this happen. What's your number to do this? And I told him, I said, give me the amount you were going to give me for Rico Bosco. And I was just shot in the dark. And he's like, we can't do that. He's like, well, we can give you a competitive, solid, really good offer. We think this will be a big fight. And it ended up being a big fight. I think they got 70,000 buys, and it worked out, and they ended up getting the next event off of it. And, it really wasn't about who won or lost because Jerry and I are cool now. It was fun. We had a good time with it. And it was an experience, something I always remember. So.
Is there anything you would if you were to fight a second time? Is there anything you'd switch up or just?
I would. Thing? I think, and you guys probably have you kind of understand what I'm saying here. Dave told me before the fight, and I kind of disagree with him. I said, I'm not going to, it's not going to matter. He said, you can't prepare for the adrenaline you'll have. And it hit me as I was walking into the ring with like because all the people in that place hated me. There might have been 5% that liked me.
True road game. Yeah.
Yeah, it was brutal. And I'm kind of standing there and I'm just thinking like, you guys know, like a lot of people think boxing, like hitting someone's easy. Like it's hard to connect with somebody. Like they're hitting you back. It's not easy.
It's all technical. Yeah.
Yeah. And in that kind of fight, you really can't be technical. Plus, like he was like drilling his head into my chest. It was like really difficult. I didn't have a trainer. They wouldn't let me have my trainer in the ring for some reason. I didn't like get it approved or something. So I was just kind of running on my own. I was in my head. I was thinking about this and that. But yeah, if I ever did it ever again, I would get 3+ months to train. I would train every day, super hard. I would definitely want to right the wrongs. And I think I have some experience now being in the ring. I think it'd be a lot different. But even in my training now, like I've actually started to learn how to do stuff the correct way. And I don't look as like slow and I'm not going to ever be a professional, but it's fun. It's a good workout. And, I would definitely want to.
It's good to stay prepared, especially at Barstool, because you never know with the gambling guys who's going to have beef. Yeah. I know you're not there, whatever, but you're probably going to beef with someone again.
Yeah, not to push the envelope either, but if Rico Bosco came out tomorrow and be like, I'm trying to fight Nadu, like, what would you do? Would you be all
Well, I think the first thing I would do is, as I don't think we're telling any secrets here. It would be a huge event. I mean, it would be.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
I would have some things that I want in particular. Like I want it to be on like Super Bowl weekend. I want every celebrity and their fucking mother to be there. Like I want it to be high level. I think we could both get 7-figure. I mean that. Like and Dave said it. I feel like at certain points. So yeah, I think I don't know why he wouldn't do it. I think it's crazy, but he's just a guy that he doesn't seem to have all his marbles sometimes with just the way he thinks. But yeah, I would love to. I truly hate him. And I think people don't quite know exactly what behind the scenes he's done to me. As far as you guys have to understand, like I worked my whole life to get a company like Barstool to find me. Right.
Yep.
And I'll never say that another man made me leave a company, but you guys got to realize, like, it got to a point where it was just incredibly toxic. Like I couldn't go into that office. Like it was, if I would want to go to a gambling event, if he was there, I couldn't be there. It was super fucking just bad. And he had sent like trolls after me and my family, like it just really fucked up shit. And I was just like, you know what, I'll just do this on my own. Like I really don't care. So I have a true hatred for him, and I think he feels the same way.
How did that initially start? We were all kind of reading back the blogs, trying to figure. I was like, he has a big beef with Rico. I'm trying to figure out like where it began. I like, where did it begin? I couldn't fucking find like the answer.
That's the thing. I've done a lot of interviews, and people ask me all the time, why does Rico hate you? And I think some people think it's like this elaborate thing, like, oh, he, maybe he had sex with a girl that Rico liked or whatever. I don't know to this day. I don't know why he doesn't like me.
He doesn't like a lot of people.
He could just be a fucking asshole.
Yeah,
like,
he does hate a lot of people.
He has beef with everyone, like most.
My thing is, I think a lot of it has to do with just the fact that, whether you like me or not, I'm pretty good at gambling content. I think I am. I know what I'm doing. And, if you look at the timeline of Rico showing himself to Barstool, when I was hired, he decided to show his face about a week later. And about 2 weeks later, he decided he wanted a college basketball podcast because I got one. So I think a lot of it has to do with just maybe envy. Maybe he wishes he could do what I do. I don't know. But, it is what it is.
Sounds like a little jealousy.
I don't think he'll ever admit it. That timeline is weird that you get hired, then he comes out of the woodworks and, like you said, the college basketball.
Basically asked for what they.
Do you still do your college basketball podcast at all, or is that you're just doing the sit down right now?
Yeah. So right now I'm pretty much free agent. I mean, I always will do content, and it really depends on whether I'm working for a company. Like companies will hire me for like 6-month periods where I'll do like a whole season or whatever. But to be fair, guys, like I could do Patreon, right? I could do my content on Patreon, and I could create a good living for myself. So. I feel like this year, I feel like I've been kind of going back and forth with Barstool for so many years. I hope I finally get some kind of cohesion with my future, where I'm going to be the next 2, 3, 5 years. But I'll always have a way to make money and have a way to create content. And, luckily I did the heavy lifting for all the years where it was building an audience. And, look, I never thought I'd get to a point where like I went out to the bar last week and I had all these tons of kids coming up to me and, oh my God, we saw you on Idol and fuck this, fuck Rico, fuck, I never thought that would happen. So I just enjoy it. And, I'm not where I want to be yet, but maybe someday.
Yeah, a little bit about the the gambling background. Like, what's your piece of advice of people, getting in gambling for the first time? Or I know you're a big college basketball guy, but with football coming up, who's gonna win that Super Bowl? Who's got the good odds on it? Not just the favorite there, but some money that could really be turned around.
Yeah, I always tell people. I mean, if you're saying I want to get into do gambling content, I would tell you. I would find another way to get into it. I mean, it's super watered down and saturated to this point. Yeah. And that's one of the reasons for me, like I kind of just told myself, you know what, I'm going to just monetize what I'm doing because I look at really the state of this industry and I say, well, what do these companies hire? Okay. It's mostly, good looking men and good looking women. Now, I don't think I'm particularly good looking and I'm pretty abrasive and I'm not going to do what people tell me. So I'm probably never going to get hired by those places. And that's why someone like Barstool was always helpful to me. But would I tell someone to get into gambling's cool as long as you're someone that can control yourself. If you have an addictive personality, you should stay far the hell away from it. But, it's intoxicating. There's nothing better than money earned. It's way better than working, getting money from work or whatever. Getting money won is the best way. So it's fun. You just got to be responsible. As far as who's going to win the Super Bowl, I keep kicking the tires. I've already bet the Chargers. I'm pretty high on them coming into the season. I feel like everybody always is, but yeah, I truly believe Justin Herbert is kind of the new savior in LA. We had an LA team, last year. Yep. We could have an LA team this year. I think I'm a hometown Philly guy. Yeah. Look, I think the Philadelphia Eagles are very interesting this year. The Baltimore Ravens are very interesting. Mm-hmm. Cincinnati will take another step forward. So we have a lot more parity in the NFL now, which is great. It's not just the Chiefs and the Bills and the Rams. There's other teams
more exciting. The team I kind of look at right now, and I think, they had a big trade this offseason. I think Denver's another team you look out at.
Yeah, Russell Wilson, pretty sure.
Yeah, whatever team comes out of the AFC West, either the top two, I think have a real good chance. We're homers of the New England Patriots. I don't think they have too much of a chance, winning the Super Bowl this year. I just want to hear your thoughts on that since we have New England viewers. And
I think I'll just say one thing on the Denver Broncos. I think for a long time we've all been saying, if they get a quarterback, if they hit on a quarterback, they might have something there. And look, they have, in my opinion, Russell Wilson never gets enough credit, right? Yeah, I mean, it's always Mahomes or Aaron Rodgers.
He should already have an MVP. He should.
Yeah, Russell Wilson's electric. I mean, when he's healthy, he's very high level. They've got a great defense. As far as New England, listen, here's the thing I always say to New England people, and I mean no disrespect here.
No.
I'm not going to feel sorry for you. I don't care.
We get it.
You're going to go through the net. You're going to go through the rain to see the sun. And for the decade, 20 years that you had Tom Brady, at some point you're going to have to replace him. That being said, I mean, they've always kind of been a team that never really go out and get like those high level weapons. Even when Tom was there, they never had like huge high level receivers. It was always the Deion Branches and the guys like that. They still don't have that. They finally have a guy in Devontae Parker that's terrific.
Yeah.
And big. They have a good run game and a good defense. So maybe about Mac Jones. I think they have their guy there and we'll see. I will tell you this. They drafted a kid out of West Kentucky, Bailey Zappi.
He's a beast. I like him.
I'm going to tell you, man, I've been on this kid since he was at Houston Baptist. He was at Houston Baptist.
Wow.
Terrific football player.
Yeah, no.
Very good.
Backup quarterback. Never know what can happen. I want to know from you, since you're a Philly guy, you're starting an NFL team tomorrow. Who would you rather have at quarterback, Mac Jones or Jalen Hurts?
Well, I'd rather have Mac Jones.
Okay. All right.
But that said, I think Jalen, at least in this town, and these fucking idiots in this town are just. I mean, they act like the world's falling apart if he doesn't play well. He's only played in 17 games. Remember, in 2020, he was throwing to ShopRite cashiers and mechanics down the street. So I don't really put much into that.
I love Boston Scott.
Yeah, but that's the kind of guys he was throwing to. In the end, you look at last year, I thought he was pretty effective when we saw him. He has no excuses now, though. He's got the best offensive line in football. He's got A.J. Brown. He's got Devontae Smith. He's got Dallas Goedert. He's got a good run game. They had the number one rushing offense after week, I think, 6 last year. So there's really no excuses for Jalen this year. And if they look at it and say, well, if he doesn't play well this year, then, we'll go out and address it next year. But he's got a short leash. He's got to play well. And I'm hoping he does because he's a good kid. I like him.
Yeah, he seems like he's a good kid.
Yeah.
I'll keep following the Philly question. So the next Philly team that wins the championship, go. What do you think? Flyers, Sixers, Phillies.
I was asked this on an interview a week or two ago, and I have the same answer. Probably the Eagles. I mean, I don't think the Sixers will ever win a title in my lifetime.
You think they're
That's dark, but also like fair.
They're talking about, what about Durant talk? Durant?
Well,
what if they get Durant?
Well, but they still have James Harden. So it's like, that's great and all. I'd love Kevin Durant, but they have Embiid as well. There's only one basketball. Look, we had Allen Iverson here for years, the greatest player in the history of this town as far as basketball is concerned. And what was the issue? They never gave him any talent around him. But as far as the Eagles, I think they're always the most competitive. They always seemingly make the playoffs. Under Andy Reid, they went to the NFC title game seemingly every year. I don't think they're that far away. I truly think they're going to be a very good football team this year. I think they're a playoff team. I think they win the NFC East. Can they take the step and beat the Green Bays or the Tampas? I don't know, but I don't think they're that far away. If the one thing we're hoping for in this town is there's finally some excitement around this football team again after the Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts is the one question, so we're hoping he comes in and is effective.
And that's one thing that helps you too, because I feel like that, like the NFC East, like at least 2 teams are in shambles at like all times, and that'll aid,
That's the problem though, because I don't think that way because. While maybe Washington is in shambles, they always play the Eagles tough. And listen,
that's what I hate.
A lot of people will knock Carson Wentz, okay? But the truth is, when Carson Wentz is fully healthy, he was really effective here. He took this team really to the super highest level before he got injured in 2018. He was having an MVP type year. That was the only year where I think we saw the true Carson Wentz. Now, is that going to be in Washington? I don't know. I didn't think he had many weapons in Indy or in Philly for that matter. So we'll see if McLaurin and guys like that can help him. But teams like that always play the Eagles close. I mean, that's always a dogfight. That'll be a tough game going up to New York. It'll be a 17-14 type of game. Those games are always tough. I don't ever think a game's easy anymore with this team. So
you got to sweep the G-men though. You got to sweep them.
Should be able to. I mean, I'm not going to mark it down as a loss, but, I don't think this team is just anymore. They always seem to make – like game 1, they played Detroit. I guarantee that game's like 24-23 with 30 seconds to go, and they need to go kick a field goal to win the game. Like, they always play down a competition. Hopefully they don't, but they do.
Best Philly cheesesteak? What's the rivalry? Gino's – well, you pick –
what's
the best one for you, period?
That's the Gino's Pats thing. Have you ever been here or no?
I've been to Philly for one day. I flew in for the morning, was out by night. Like it was a weird thing.
I've been to Gino's and Pat's, so I know it's a tourist trap.
Yeah, so though, like they're literally right across from each other, right? So it's like they're glitzy, they're glammy. No, if you were to come here, I would say go to 10th and Oregon in South Philly. You'll see the stadiums in the background. Oregon Steaks. Like the state, Oregon. They have the best. To Ramik Mill goes, that's where all the true Philly people go. Place like that. Go to the side spots, not the glitzy, glammy place.
What do you rate Philly 1 to 10? Is it a dirty place like Dave says it is, or
if you want the real crux of what it is, It's an awful place. I used to live there. I lived in the heart of South Philadelphia, 2600 South Watt Street, right off Broad Street. I could hear the subway in my basement when I was doing wash. It was that close. It's an awful, and it's actually sad because Philly used to be a great place. I mean, it used to be, a place that I saw myself like living forever, like having a row home and just, hanging out with my neighbors and sitting on the stoop. But sadly anymore, you can't do that. And that's, I think the sad thing about a lot of cities is you can't really do the things we used to do because they're just dangerous at this point. And I hope someday it'll get back to that. But no, it is dirty. It's but it's cool in a way too. It's just you got to approach it with caution.
Now a little bit about your true crime podcast. So what do you touch, like different cities, or is it around the Philadelphia area, or what kind of goes into that?
No, so I've always had a fascination with the mafia, organized crime. I just enjoy that kind of stuff, infamous murderers and things like that. Yeah. I just pick someone every week, from New York or New England or Chicago, and we really just tell their story. The goal on our show is to tell people stuff they don't know, right? So we've all seen Goodfellas, but people don't actually realize that most of the stuff in the film is factual. But it didn't happen to Henry Hill. So it's sometimes we kind of rewrite what you think about mob history and kind of tell you the truth about it. We all hear stuff and we kind of just try to tell you the story that maybe you didn't know or someone you didn't know about. And because the mafia was very powerful in this country at one point. They literally ruled this country at one point. And I guess I always wondered, how did that happen and how did it get to where it is now? And people love it. It's done very well, and it's created another stream of income for me. And
that's awesome. Yeah.
I'll always do it. I love doing that show. So.
And what's the name of your true crime show?
It's called The Sit Down, a mafia history podcast. We've actually done a couple of New England people. I've done some stuff on New England people on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel as well, which is taken off for me. So, I think it's just about when you have a brand of some sort, whatever it is. And you guys know this, you have to have a Twitter, you have to have a YouTube, you have to have all this different stuff. Yeah.
What's your favorite Boston crime movie? Crime drama movie?
Wow. I would probably say The Town.
Yeah, I was going to say The Town's probably like a number one that I would say that's.
I'm a Departed over The Town.
Yeah, it's Departed versus The Town. That's really what it is.
It always will be.
And then there's Mystic River, which I thought you were going to say.
No, Mystic River's a great movie.
Flick.
Casey
a
Affleck.
great movie. Yeah. Let me ask you, this is kind of a wild thing to say, but do you consider Shawshank to be New England crime? It is.
It's almost New England, so you can categorize that as the whole Boston feel. New England Patriots, it's the Boston Patriots to a sort. When you have that New England feel to it, you do associate, but I don't know if I'd associate that with the Boston movie.
Yeah.
Wow.
The town is
it's based out of New Hampshire, correct? That's where he's from?
Maine.
Maine. Oh, so that's New England, not Boston. But
that's what I mean.
I will say though, the town is a terrific movie. Very good.
I could see you being in The Town a little bit. I could see you being
some people told me I
could be in there.
Some people told me I look like the kid that drives the cars.
A little bit.
You have a Slayton look to you. You have a Slayton look to you.
The haircut right now, your hair has gone through some phases, but right now you do look exactly
guys,
like
listen. Let me explain my fucking hair 8,000 times.
Yeah, you got good hair.
When I was 3 years old, when I first had hair, okay, my mother, when I would go to pre-K and stuff, she bought this stuff at Kmart called Mega Gel. It was like this jelly, it was super sticky, and she'd spike my hair when I was a kid. I kid you not, every day she would do it. And I just kept the hair my whole life. When I was in high school, I was a Guido. I had the gaudy hairstyle. Everybody had that. And I kept it and kept it and kept it. Then I got to a point where I started doing stuff on StreamYard and Zoom and stuff like that. And when I'm at home, I don't have my gel in my hair. I didn't have it at the time. So I would wear it down and it looked kind of wiggish, right?
That explains.
But
actually,
yeah. And I couldn't I kept explaining to people, I don't wear my hair like this out. But then around Rough and Rowdy, I looked at it, I'm like, you know what? I got to get rid of the blow. I lost all this weight. I'm tired of doing it. Fuck this. So I just went to the barber and I'm like, yo, line me up. give me like a dope fade. Like I'm done with it. That's that.
The new man.
The new dude. The new cut's working for you. This does work more so than like the letting the blowout just look like you got.
Yeah,
I don't even know. You look like a surfer. I don't know what you look
like.
The
blowout was like, it's funny because I went to a party like right around, I think it was like around Valentine's Day. And I walk in and a friend of mine's got his girl there and she goes, "Why do you still look like Carmine Gotti?" And I'm like, Jesus Christ, like I do have to get rid of this hair.
Fuck.
And I'm like, and I went to my barber and I'm just like, "Yo, Adrian," because I've been with the same barber forever. And he's like, I've been trying to tell you that for years. He said, just cut it. He's like, get it cut right across the front. He said, you'll look like you have some flavor, but it'll look better. And I said, all right, perfect.
You look ready for the Miami crew. So tell us more about that. Cause I do remember the Dave Portnoy show where Prez was like, I'm building a weird brain Miami crew. I heard that and I was like, I want to be on that Miami.
Yeah. So off and on my whole life, this is kind of a weird like reunion in a way, because like about a month ago, Turtle from Entourage, that actor,
Gary Ferrara.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. He reached out to me and he's like, "Hey, I love your podcast." I was like, "Hey, thanks, man." And the reason I'm telling you this is because throughout my whole life, like people always told me like, you have kind of that Turtle vibe to you. Like you just have like a mysterious vibe to you. Right. So like I told Dave, I said, I think I could be that kind of Turtle to Vincent Chase. Right. Like, I feel like if I went into a club, like people would be like, "Who's that guy? How did he get in here?" And I kind of have that weird kind of feel to me. So, I'm decent at gambling. I think I kind of present some multiple, level fronts on that. So I kind of just shot my shot with it. And I want to go to Miami. I've always kind of wanted to live there for a period of my time in my life. And I have some other ideas that I want to do down there. So I kind of just threw it out there. And then Clemmer, of all people, who was on Idol, he kind of threw his hat in the running, and I kind of thought, wow, this would be quite the crew. And now Dave kind of seems to like it. So
that Clemmer guy was funny.
Who
was like your favorite of the Idols?
So
I'd probably put Clemmer as mine, honestly. Clemmer was a weird. I like the just weirdos.
So I don't hide anything. I always say how I feel. The girl Danny was a complete bitch the entire week.
Smoke show on my end, but yes.
Yeah, very attractive.
She belongs with the Nelk boys. She's a full send.
No,
she belongs with them.
It's funny you say that because when she said the man on the street thing, I'm thinking in my head like Full Send does that. They've been doing that for years.
They pick her up, and they'll probably pick her up. I guarantee.
Probably there already. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like she kind of rubbed me the wrong way. She seemed like just all week. She seemed like it was rude. John Rich was cool. He was a little bit conniving at times, but nice kid though, nonetheless.
But you know how bad he wanted to be on. He's like a Barstool. Like nuts, he sleeps and like probably has like a board. Like how I'm gonna get.
Oh yeah, no, he's a simp. He knows that. But no, he's a nice guy at the end of the day. He's a smart kid, man. He really is. He knows how to write. He's good at blogging. He'll do really well blogging there. I wanted Luke to win. Yeah. That's kind of when I left. That's what I told the camera. I hope Luke wins. In fact, if we would have got to the final two, I would have demanded that they pick Luke over me. Just because
Luke a heavy kid,
big boy, yeah,
big guy, big Luke, yeah. I mean, his fucking Twitter name is Fatrick Ewing. I mean, that's a great name.
Give him a follow.
It's electric. Yeah.
Give him a follow. Yeah, give Jeff a follow too. If you don't follow, is it Big Man at Big Man on campus?
No, it's just at Jeff Nadu. Jeff Nadu, yeah. But no, the only person I knew before, I actually knew Clemmer beforehand. He was the only one I knew. But I'll tell you what, a lot of people don't know this because she exited very early. The first girl, okay, the one that got knocked out, right?
Which was great. The wheel is the greatest thing going.
I'm going to tell you all you guys, because you're all young. Go do yourself a favor. Check her out on Instagram.
Give us her name. What's the at?
Her name's Bree Hunter.
Bree Hunter.
I'm telling you, you'll enjoy yourself.
I'll say less. Yeah. I was so sad when she got... So they did, for the beginning of Barstool Idol, the Yak boys do like a wheel, which kind of just decides if they're going to get wet, do fucked up shit. They literally eliminated someone straight up off spinning the wheel. Like if the wheel... If it was your day, the wheel decided you were going home. You went home.
It was Clemmer and her.
Wow. This guy, Clemmer, who used to be on Kirk Minahan's show and the Smoke Show. And everyone in the chat was like, please don't eliminate her because we're all horny people. But Bree Hunter?
Bree Hunter, yes. BRI Hunter, yes.
All right, we'll stay on for a second. Let's
Let's check it out.
let's check her out. Which one? Fuck.
Let me tell you which one it is. Hold on. You guys got to see this.
We also have to shut up Mish at this point in the show because Mish, I don't know what connection you have to her, but Mish is a friend of. She's Groupie of the Year for Steele Nazz, and she reached out to us and said, "Do you guys? I'm in contact with Nadu."
Oh, I've been trying to get in Mish's DMs forever.
I can help you.
And if you see Bree Hunter, you'll know why I'm trying to get into Mish's DMs too. So her name on Twitter on Instagram is Bree Hunter.
Bree Hunter.
Yeah.
Showtime, find that.
BRI Hunter.
Oh yeah.
There she is.
Yeah. I got it.
Look at that third picture, bro.
Third picture.
Come on.
Oh my god.
Come on,
Barstool
man.
fucked up.
Yeah,
Barstool fucked up.
Yeah.
That's a woman right there.
Can you get her? You think we can get her on this show? Maybe. Why not?
Oh fuck yeah! Look at her fucking bio. She's a UFC junkie.
Yeah, we might need a vote for that
Perfect.
Kings of Combat. We might
Perfect.
need to have her as a ring girl.
That would be great too.
Send that right now.
She's getting a message later.
See, I'll be honest.
Thank you for that. That's
when
good
I
little
look back at the competitors, and I'm not just saying this because she's very attractive and hot. I can't do stuff like this. I only wish I could. Okay, but this right here is A-level marketing. She would be I think she'd be very good at Barstool. I was surprised they didn't call her. Like with all the stuff she probably could do.
Well, as Big Cat said, he was like, it's kind of best to get voted out by the wheel because we don't even know like who we know nothing about her.
True.
I could only tell she might have had nice cans. She wasn't even wearing like that revealing of a shirt that
But
day.
guys, like
But now we
she's
do.
now we do. Now I'm in she's getting to Barstool wherever she wants to be.
yeah, she's super hot. Like she's like in.
Yeah.
She's in. I think a lot. That Caroline girl was good too. I think they picked good winners. Barstool Idol's fucking tough. It comes down to a point where you think they're gonna hire everyone because they love everybody. Like I thought, I wouldn't have been surprised if you, Luke, Caroline, and John Rich all got hired.
Well, see, with
Like,
me,
honestly.
it's always theatrics with me. Like they always want the biggest theatrics, and they know that they'll have me up there again, and it'll be another theatrical thing, and whatever. So, look, I'm happy for the people that won. They're talented; they'll find their success there. Look, if you have some drive, you can do stuff there. It's pretty simple.
But you got it on your own. You're killing it, so that's even better. I hope you fight Rico though one day, and I hope it's on a Super Bowl like you want. That is going to be must watch if that.
Try to find a way there.
Oh yeah,
I would. I mean,
maybe Bobby Lang can pull some weight. I don't know. Maybe he can get Rico and Rico's box and like.
We'll get Bobby Ring in your side. We'll have him in your ring. If you want Bobby,
we got
the training. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, and I want to say this. Bobby Lang is a good guy. I DM him occasionally. He's great. I like him a lot. And it sucked that he had to deal with that bullshit in the last fight because. I know he wanted to actually fight the kid, and the kids. Listen, I'll tell you right now. I don't care what Rico will ever say about me. I would never say nothing about his wife or his mom.
Yeah, that was
No,
just
like, that guy was.
And then at the end of the day, to be such a pussy to quit in the second round. That's why. The end of the second round.
You're right.
Yeah, second round. The only thing is, like, I hated how hard they were Barstool was pushing that big booty daddy. I didn't know if they thought he was going to beat Bobby Lang, but then at the end, like, I feel like they need to be giving Bobby more credit as far as Barstool goes. Like, even before that last fight, he didn't have his own change room. He's in a room with 6 guys. He's fighting like 350-pound guys, like 6'8". Like he's definitely putting his body.
Yeah,
on
and he's
line,
literally like the champ.
Yeah, he's
like
a fucking champion.
Literally
beat the shit out of every person in there.
I don't know if you know this, but he's fighting at our thing. He's fighting the wide neck guy. Are you aware of damn wide neck on Instagram? You must know the wide neck.
I feel like I've seen him. Yeah.
Yeah, he had the mug shot with the green jumper on. He had that wicked wide neck.
Yeah.
So he's fighting him in 2 weeks, so we'll see. That probably is going to be another win. We'll see.
Hey, so you guys are someone I'll talk this about because you guys have this league, right? So I don't know if you guys know this, right? So obviously on YouTube there are these different niche communities, right?
Of course.
So there's a mafia niche community, right? And it's not just mobsters. There are mobsters like rats and stuff like that, but there are like these sycophants that like mob culture, that like think they're mobsters and stuff. They fight amongst each other on YouTube, and they're incredibly cutthroat. And I was talking to one of them the other day, and I'm saying, like, you fuckers need to get into a ring and fight because And when I tell you the community's huge, it really is.
So they're fighting. They're street fighting currently on YouTube.
No, like they all they talk about is going to each other's houses, and
but they never
like backyards or something.
Yeah,
like
they're always talking about beating each other up. And I said to them, you guys got to get into one of these like actual like, because I think they could fucking market the hell out of it. Honestly, there's tons of people that watch this shit.
Absolutely, yeah, like a mafia theme.
You got my brain going already.
Yeah.
I mean, because what you could do is you could get two of the big mob guys that were once mobsters that are now informants. They all fight each other on YouTube too. Get two of them to fight each other and get some of these
like
creators.
Sammy the Bull.
Get Sammy the Bull and like
he's active on the social media presence.
Like someone else. Yeah.
I'll fight the guy.
Yeah, Craig.
You guys are gonna ship me.
What started your obsession with like mob stuff? You said just because you were disinterested how they took over the world.
I've always like enjoyed reading, and I saw The Sopranos when I was like 10 or 11 years old, and I saw John Gotti on TV, and I just thought, wow, who's that guy? And then I started reading more and just getting to know it and liking the films and stuff, and I just inundated myself in it.
My last question: thoughts on Frank the Tank? He's a former guest on our show. We're big fans of him here. I saw him throw you out of the Mets watch along with him. Yeah, that was pretty funny.
I don't know. Frank is I don't know. He's just annoying, I think, in the end. But like, he's just too much. Like, enough already. Like, I'm glad someone spoke up to him last night. With his behavior. Frank's harmless though. He obviously has his value and does what he does. I just I don't know. I think the way he treated me was lame. Like, I'm a gambler. I bet on the Astros. What do you want me to do? Like, so with me going, and that was another thing. Like, my goal was to have a good time. It was not to like pet your kitty and make you happy the whole time.
Which all the rest of them were doing.
Yeah, it's
the
like
girls are just all over his arms, and Frank doesn't give a shit about any of that anyway. If the Mets are losing, he's pissed.
But it worked too, because like he kicked me out, and I just went and did what I wanted for 3 hours. So
exactly,
I didn't have to hear it.
Perfect. Yeah, see you later.
Sometimes I do wonder if he's just screaming to scream, like even if it's for show.
I'm still trying to wonder.
I can't tell, like if he really cares that much.
I don't think it's a game, because like even I saw a video of him the other day. He's like chewing on his shirt and like chewing on a strap of his backpack.
He knows that's what we want. He knows we want to see him blow up.
I've met him many times, and it is not an act with him.
No, it's
not.
All right. Well, thank you for putting that to bed.
Yeah, he's complete.
I was starting to wonder. He's had like 4 blow up videos in the past 48 hours.
I asked him. I said when I was there, I said, are you ever genuinely happy about the Mets? And it's like they could win 20 in a row, and he'd say, why don't they win 21? Why don't they win 22?
All right.
If you just followed him on Twitter, you would think the Mets were literally like 0-60 right now.
Yeah.
And like they're in first place.
I said to him, so what would you say when they win the World Series? He said, I want a dynasty then. I said, all right, Frank.
Oh, man. Poor Frank.
Yeah, what comes after that?
Poor Frank. Dolphins fan too. Like, just like he can't.
He's all about the instant gratification with that guy. It doesn't seem too long term in his thinking process.
That's okay though.
Hey Jeff, appreciate you taking the time tonight, man. Best of luck with everything going forward. Hopefully you get down to Miami where you want to be, and good luck with your success, man.
Thanks, guys. This was fun. Appreciate you having me.
Absolutely. Don't forget to check out the sit down on all places you can find podcasts.
Give Jeff a follow.
Give Jeff a follow.
Everybody's great content.
Buy his picks. Thanks.
Fuck there Rico. Yep.
Yeah, you know the vibe.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks,
man.
Thanks, guys.
2022 is here. Do you have your resolution? Here's an idea. Make your way down to Slight Edge Fitness and Performance located in Braintree, Mass. Owned and operated by Coach Craig Kelly, you can be assured you are getting the best training around. Whether looking to improve your health or gain a slight edge on your competition, this is the gym for you. Group fitness classes as well as personalized one-on-one training are both available. Make sure to visit slightedgefit.com as well as follow them on Instagram at slightedgefitness and set up a consultation today. It's time to get fit, so let it rip.
And we're back, and that was the big man on campus, Barstool Sports affiliate, Jeff Nadu. Nadu.
They asked him on Barstool Idol, is it Nadu or Nadu? He did say Nadu. I forgot that.
It's all good. I thought it was an exceptional interview. Seemed like a very nice guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he knows where he's going. He kind of knows his path. He knows his direction. Kind of knows like what he wants, his value.
What he wants to do, yeah.
Right. Fuck Rico Bosco.
His role,
yeah. I'm heavy on fuck team Rico Bosco now.
Fuck them. Yeah.
He's always been an pretty electric character on Barstool. And they definitely like him. And I'm so happy he was on Barstool Idol instead of Small Dick Booty Daddy. Like, when they said, like, Nadu was his replacement, I was like,
I never want to see that.
What was that? How is that guy going to do good in this competition? I guess he was going to be. They were bringing him in as a villain, and they were like, Nadu would be a good
I never want to see that guy ever again.
I'm so happy
he blew his chance. He's done. Bobby owns him.
First class.
Bobby owns that ass.
Small dick deadbeat daddy.
You couldn't even fuck a hooker. I don't even think a hooker would fuck him.
Your booty is small. Fuck him.
Speaking of fighting, so we got Kings of Combat July 16th.
Yep.
And Showtime and Magic here. Showtime Magic. They're both fighting in it.
Been training recklessly hard.
Yeah, how's updated the training? How's it going? Be honest.
I don't want. Let's not be too honest. I don't know if our opponents listen. I'll be honest. Fine. I'll be honest.
How you feel?
Change, not great.
Yeah, you ever seen the montage in Rocky? Just like that.
Yeah, we haven't even gotten into prime time. Like, I haven't even hit up Danny Chow for my promo vid yet. So time is still. We still got time.
You ever seen Rocky? Yeah, Magic's the frozen cow in the freezer that someone just beating the shit out of.
Put it this way, Cole. You're gonna have to fucking work hard to knock me out, and that's it. Yeah, I don't know.
For me, I'm fucking war ready. I've been running, fucking working out, sparring every day, shadow boxing, eating clean. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, shadow boxing, waiting in line.
Full sense supplements on the way. Yeah. Full sense supplements on the way.
We're gonna try and get Magic in shape. Fucking like extra hard over these next couple of weeks. Get him in shape. Get him on the creatine. Get him on the pre-workout.
We're literally 16 days out.
Showtime looks ready for prime time. I see that right now. Magic, I think you need to put down the vodka.
Well, at least I'm drinking at least vodka. Shout out vodka. Shout out Evan Abbott. He's been in the
more
studio.
Electrolytes in your top.
There are electrolytes in these. This is a sports alcohol beverage. So like if I'm going to be drinking anything, vodka is what I
don't train without them.
So if you're playing Olympic softball, it's a quench Thursday.
This is a good tasting. Yeah, it tastes like Gatorade. Like he's Gatorade and vodka mix.
Yeah, I'd get these also all day another long. Person that's got a good thing going on.
Available most places in Mass right now. He's killing it.
Expanding.
Killing it. But, shout out Tibbetts is involved. I know you guys don't like Tibbetts, but I'm still fucking with Tibbetts.
Is a clown.
Yeah, why don't you give me
buy his merch.
Why don't you give me $400 to come on our show?
But
that's what our daily rate should be.
Kings of Combat still, if you guys haven't got your tickets, exhibitions going fast. $30 a ticket. Pro events going crazy. We got VIP tickets still available. Standing room seats available.
Lights Out Lang versus Wide Neck. If you don't know who Wide Neck is,
yeah, look.
If you Google him, you'll be like, I know who that is.
There's a lot of
there's
a lot of internet sensations in this fight. There's a good amount of poll coming in this fight. There's a good amount of people. I think once this hits and this traction goes, people are going to be wanting to fight in this. I can only see more people reaching out. I could even see us hosting the Rico Bosco Big Man on Campus fight. Like I was about to ask him, he's asking for 7 figures, so we got to get a
yeah. That might be rough and rowdy, but yeah.
Either way, we're going to give a good product.
Yeah, exactly.
No doubt about that.
It's going to be awesome.
It's all the teams working on here. So
yeah,
buy the tickets.
Boston sports kind of on the back burner. You know, Celtics losing the finals. Bruins looking for a coach with Cassidy fired. Jim Montgomery is he officially hired?
Yeah.
When was it?
Like minutes ago.
Okay, breaking news.
Yeah.
Breaking news. So Jim Montgomery,
I'm not going to copy Handsome Hank.
Former St. Louis Blues assistant coach. I think just off the beat. I think great hire. They've been a pretty good team the last couple of years. He's got a lot of coaching experience. I think coming in because it was either between him and the guy who used to coach BU and the Rangers. I forget that guy's name. I did not want him at all. David Quinn. I heard awful things about him with the Rangers. I know a couple, New York Rangers fans. They were not pleased with him. He was the coach of the BU hockey team. I think when Jack Eichel and them played off through the puck in the net in the national championship game. So I'm glad. Yeah, we got a guy, Jim Montgomery.
Yeah, Joe McDonald, Bruins hiring, per source.
That's big.
It's all there. Yeah,
I think that's a good start. I think this team is still, I'm just hoping he's not like the scapegoat when they don't get these free agency guys because, their front office sucks and he'll be the scapegoat. They better just, if they don't get it done this year, they better, Sweeney and Cam Neely better be gone.
Yeah.
Good to see Bergeron coming back. You have Marchand, Pasternak under contract. Would like to see number 46 get back there on the second line. I don't know if it's going to happen. Maybe some free agent acquisitions.
Fire Sweeney into the sun.
I was just going to say
that guy
a lot.
They extended
I agree
him,
with you that the coaches get so much shit on the Bruins, and it is that front office. Like we scapegoat them so fast.
Cassidy got hired in like a week by like a good team because they were like, "Fuck this
No,
good coach."
he was a good coach. I even felt like
Yeah.
he stepped up the Bruins' play of what they started at before him. Like he was a good addition to
I'll
the team.
tell you right now, Vegas got better.
Yeah.
Vegas is a good team. They just missed the playoffs. So I think Bruce Cassidy's a perfect
I think
coach.
since he became our coach, I think the only team with a better record than us is the Lightning.
Yeah, and they've made the playoffs every single year.
Lightning are pretty good.
Hey, let's fire that guy.
yeah, guy sucks.
Well, no, the big acquisition besides retaining Taylor Hall was Foligno. What do you play in the fourth line? Score like 3 goals.
Yeah.
Just an
Same thing. We need to. You see anyone on the horizon for Bruins pick up?
Not anyone in particular. Hockey kind of just like self out. I'm not saying he's going to the Bruins or anything. I honestly don't think he will. I think he's going to go to New York. But Johnny Gaudreau, Johnny Hockey is definitely going to be a free agent this year, and used to play in for BC. So why not come back?
That'd be huge
hometown boy.
because I fucking hated that guy at BC. I hated Johnny Gaudreau so much.
You a BU fan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And he was so good. I hated this guy.
Yeah, I don't.
Like respectfully.
Yeah, no one really. Comes
So you
from
love
that.
it? You like Eichel?
I don't
see,
like-
that's like the opposite. Loved Eichel, but like now,
I don't
hate
really.
Eichel.
I don't really like him as a person, but I like him as a player.
yeah. So I mean, you can't deny he's good at hockey.
Yeah, good greatness. I got free agents here. Venji Malkin is a UFA. PK Subban UFA. Claude Giroux. Phil Kessel back in black and gold. Couple cheeseburgers
That
thrown
would be
in.
great.
Oh my god.
I think that might be the energy we need.
Johnny Boychuk still in the league. Wow.
I don't think that's right.
No, I don't think so
Has this
either.
been updated?
Yeah, I don't think.
Any updates on Durant?
2022 free agents.
Click update. Like there's an update button. Click it.
Just to make sure.
Yeah, it's updated.
Okay. All right. No.
Johnny
big thing.
Boychuk.
Louis
Hey,
Erickson.
little trivia question. What number was Johnny Boychuk when he played for the Bruins?
KP 55.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Little Johnny Cronwall.
Johnny Rocket Kid.
I will say I hated him on the Maple Leafs, and then he was strong. Just won the Stanley Cup with the Colorado Avalanche. But if Nazem Kadri came, I would have to get his jersey, kind of. The Team Naz.
Yeah.
So that'd be
Love
big.
that.
Future podcast.
Could be.
Wow, that'd be nuts.
Yeah.
That's a jersey. God,
No,
never expected to get that one.
The picture of just free Naz and let's go Naz. I was all over that.
I still need a Jim Craig jersey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. 30 goalie.
And then just
Craig.
right with Shoppy at the end,
Jim.
Jim.
I can give you.
That is a
got
must
one.
buy for you.
right here after Craig's. Well, Craig and then S apostrophe S and then here. So Craig's here.
That'd be great.
That's-
I want him to write that though. He's actually because he's from Milton.
Is he?
Yeah.
He's around.
Yeah, he's I
should
could
get him.
run into him.
You should get Jimmy Craig.
That would be an electric.
I went to
I'd be fucking.
I went to high
Let's
school.
let's put our eyes on Jimmy Craig.
I went to high school
Manifest.
with his niece.
I know his niece, too.
She's like a model now, Cassie.
Okay.
Okay, he also has another what's her name?
This is how we get people. By the way, we're giving you a
So
behind the
another-
scenes.
This
We're
girl
giving you
lived.
behind
This
the
girl
scenes
lived
on how
from
we work.
Milton. She also. I'm pretty sure it's her niece.
Nice.
Shout out
She's
Mish one more time in case I want to double
Buff the
shout out.
squad.
Wait, was Big Man on campus a niche guy?
Big Man on campus and Mish have some sort of connection.
I was kind of feeling that vibe.
Yeah, he said he wanted in on her DMs. Mish, thank you.
Niche, you really are the
You're
goat.
groupie of the year. We're gonna have you on.
Groupie of the
You,
year.
you have an open invite, Mish.
Open
And
invite
she-
whenever
yeah,
you want.
Yeah,
We can talk about whatever you want.
yeah. The floor is
Go
whatever
yours.
you want.
Go for
Floor
some
is
big
yours.
after.
You want to just make
I
up.
didn't say that too loud.
Definitely not. What I was leading in the beginning of our conversation,
Shut up, bud.
which led to the Bruins conversation, was this Boston sports kind of on the back burner. As the Patriots get on the way a couple months, plenty of time to talk about that. Baseball still playing out. We'll start getting that going after the All-Star break. And the Celtics just ended their season.
Let's talk UFC.
No, but how about Kevin Durant?
Yeah.
know,
Talk
the
a little
best-
basketball, same thing with the Celtics with who just became a free agent, Bradley Beal.
Yeah, he just signed though.
Big time.
He just signed big money
I
with
didn't
Washington.
He did end up re-signing?
He re-signed. Yeah, he declined his option, which was like $45 million.
Right.
So he took a long-term deal that he's still making like around there.
Can someone explain the Durant drama that's going on today with the Kyrie? Like, what's
Kyrie
happening?
Irving opted into his contract.
Lose it.
Meaning he's staying.
He's staying for one. Well, no.
That's
what he wanted to do.
Okay.
So as soon as that happened, Kevin Durant still has
as soon, like immediately after Durant was like, I want
Kevin
out.
Durant was like, I want out.
Days, maybe.
He's got
several days, or
a day or two.
Okay,
yeah.
all
right. You
He's
made it seem like
he's still got a 4-year. Yeah, he's still got a 4-year deal. Kevin Durant, wherever he goes. I don't think any team would not be interested in his services. I think it matters who can provide the best package the most, because it's kind of as Kevin Durant is not going to be on the Brooklyn Nets next year. The
Nets are fucked.
Well, no, the ball's in their court though, because they're going to take the best offer, and they're not going to look for draft picks. I think they're going to look for guys who can help them win games right now. So
let's pick the best suitor.
They also don't have a first-round pick for like 5 years.
No, that's my point too.
So
Houston Rockets just made out. Like
I hear the Suns' name was going around a lot today. So Devin Booker.
Yeah. So what Fat Fuck Windhorse said, Suns and the Heat were the top favorites to land him. But I'm still not buying that. I think it's going to come down to being up to him.
No, those were his preferable trade destinations, and like it's the 2 1 seeds. So like no shit.
Yeah.
Dude, if Devin Booker came to Boston, that'd be crazy.
Yeah.
We ain't getting
Devin Booker just signed a 4-year Supermax with Phoenix. So I don't think they have any plans of letting him go. I still think he could go to the Suns, but it would have to be like a 3-team deal. Because I think DeAndre Ayton's a restricted free agent. And I don't think he's going to sign back with them, but they could sign and trade him. It's going to be a lot of people moving around. And I think it's going to, for me, my prediction is they're going to work out a 3-team trade. And it's going to be Brooklyn trading with the Lakers and the Suns. And somehow Kyrie Irving's going to end up in LA and Kevin Durant ends up in Phoenix. With a bunch of guys going Brooklyn's way. I don't know who's going to go to Brooklyn. You could see, because how big their contracts are, you could see a guy like Russell Westbrook go to Brooklyn. You could see DeAndre Ayton go to Brooklyn. You could even see Anthony Davis go to Brooklyn.
Like that could have Russell Westbrook would have.
Yeah.
I would assume.
They're making so much money. You need to equal out the balance, at least a little bit.
Kyrie and LeBron would be interesting now.
Very interesting. I think
that could be good.
I
could see that. No,
as much as I don't like either one of them, I think
that could be a disaster. Actually,
yeah, but it's their last. It's gonna be LeBron James's kind of last hurrah of years. So why not finish it out with the last guy who won a championship? Well, I mean, we don't count the bubble, right? We talked about that last week.
We're not counting the bubble.
So the last ring he won. True ring you want.
And I just don't know how much LeBron even gives a fuck anymore.
Yeah, I think he wants 5.
Do you think he can turn
all
it up?
All he wants to do is play basketball with the Suns.
Then I do like.
So what does he have? 2 more years before Bronny comes in?
I think it's 2. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not this upcoming season; it's the season after.
Well, I mean, he's not even on the board.
Who?
Like Bronny, he's not going to be a top 10 pick.
Well, he's getting drafted. Yeah, no, but
LeBron's been I'm going where he gets drafted. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, and he's gonna get drafted in the NBA, whether or not he's a
Michael
top.
Jordan would never. I just want to throw that.
He's going in the first round.
Jordan would never do that.
Bronny will be drafted in the first round. That's guaranteed.
Feed me Kyrie.
On it.
Yeah. I think this is my first gallon of milk bet. I think I'll do that. That's a future.
You got nothing to worry about. That's so far out of the way. We'll forget about.
That's a future bet. I'll put. It's 2 years. I'll do a double gallon of milk challenge.
Earth will be flat by then. Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, right.
Feed me Kyrie and LeBron for a year. I think that would be a disaster.
Absolute disaster.
Team's already a disaster in LA.
The last 3 teams he's been with, he's
destroyed.
At least the Celtics have come back.
He might make LeBron retire before Bron. He might be like, Bron, I'm sorry, man, but fuck
this guy sucks. I'm out.
Yeah, imagine he's like, I'm not even gonna wait for my son.
Yeah,
I don't love Durant in Phoenix though, to be honest.
That's fine by me.
Durant in Phoenix, I love Durant in Phoenix. I think they're They were the number one team last year in the West. I think they would continue to be the number one team in the
Would
West.
they have Chris Paul
Yeah,
still?
they have
Would
Chris
they
Paul.
still
They
have
would have
Booker?
Devin Booker. Yeah.
All right, so Booker stays.
Yeah,
but Aiden might
Booker
be
would
going.
Booker definitely stays.
Aiden is going to be
Everything
gone, I
else
think, no
see.
matter what.
Yeah.
From what I saw, him and Monty Williams do not see eye to eye, so I think he's gone no matter what. He would look great in Celtics green, but I just don't see that happening either.
We don't have Kevin Durant to trade.
Yeah.
Someone brought up like a joke trade, like Durant to Golden State for Draymond and the Poole guy.
The Poole guy, yeah.
Poole.
What would you think the movement would have to be to go to the Celtics?
I would give them any people they
No,
wanted.
you'd have to give him a couple. You'd probably have to give him up.
We
up
always
Marcus
say this
Smart.
though.
I would give
quick to throw everyone up for big
and
players.
I'm not. But Kevin Durant's an exception. I'd literally give them the book. Anyone besides Tatum, just so you have a duo there. I'd give him Jaylen Brown. I'd give him Rob Williams. I'd
That's
give
why
him Marcus
after the
Smart, I'd give him a
finals,
bunch
the
of picks.
debate
But
comes
aren't
up.
Tatum
the
and Durant like same kind of guy?
Yeah, and that's what you need. You need two wings, two big wings.
Alright, fair.
Injury prone 35.
Sorry, I didn't
I
mean
feel like we need to keep. I feel like we need to keep Robert Williams.
I do too, but if it's get rid of Rob Williams or you don't have Kevin Durant, I'd rather not have
100%.
Williams.
That's why I feel that. I want Kevin Durant so bad. He's easy
be
money
cool.
sniper.
I think
Slim
maybe, I
Reaper.
think maybe
Slim
keep,
Reaper,
I think
yeah.
maybe
He was
keep
kind
the
of dead
core.
to me for a while when he was like, I don't want that.
I'm kind of like
dude.
buckling into the
It's just
Celtics
like that.
team.
I'm
And
all in
I'm
for
committed
keeping
to
the
them.
core, but it's also like
I don't believe that Durant could bring us the ship.
I know he could. I know he could. If he was
You
playing,
know
would
he
the
could.
fact
Would you
we
put
beat them
would
in
you put
4
a gallon
games
of milk
was insane.
hypothetically?
I mean,
on it?
we already talked. I mean, well,
Would you hypothetically put a gallon of milk?
It hasn't happened yet.
But
We're
if
not
it
talking-
happened,
absolutely, not even
A gallon of milk. If he
yeah,
comes to
I'd throw-
Boston,
throw-
like gallon of milk
Throw
is on
peanut
there.
butter and jelly on my face. Do whatever you
Okay.
want.
Honestly,
I couldn't win him one playoff game, dude. Not even one.
Which is tough.
he has no one else.
That's a
on that
great
team,
point,
though.
Steele.
That
Yeah,
team,
but they
that team
weren't built-
stinks.
They weren't a team though. That Nets team was
There's
not
not-
a team.
that team-
we might not necessarily be a
We
team if he
trade half
comes
the
in.
team if we got Kevin Durant, so we wouldn't be that
You
much
just
of a
said
team
anyone's
either.
on the books, like everyone that maybe made
Like
this
you're
team
trying
a
to
team,
crumble
you're
that
willing
team
to give
to
them.
get that
Nah,
guy.
well then you start all over again. You get Durant, and then you get those pieces that help you
No.
become a team. I know,
But you don't
it'll
just
happen.
become a team overnight.
We need
This
to put-
team's gone through
I
trials
need
and
to put
tribulations.
That's
Kevin
what you
Durant
seen
in
in the
the
first half of
place.
the season. They sucked in the first half of the season. Then they became a team.
The Celtics are a confusing team. I don't know if they're ever going to win a ship. But I did think they were
With the
going
roster
to.
they-
They could fucking confuse me.
With
This
the
We'd have
roster
to,
they
we'd
have,
have to
not
give
enough.
Brooklyn first round picks. We'd have to give them a bench player and two
Take-
starters.
Take all the first round picks. Take Marcus Smart. Take Jaylen Brown, and then take a guy on the bench.
I don't want to
Grant
give up
Williams.
Jaylen Brown. I used to always say I'd rather trade Jaylen Brown than Jason Tatum, but like after that finals performance and Jaylen Brown like did prove
No,
to me
it's
he does
still-
have that
It's,
fire.
it's
I'd
still I'd
trade
rather
Jaylen.
trade Jaylen Brown because Jason Tatum is incredible. He had an awful NBA finals.
Numbers don't
get me
lie.
wrong.
His numbers are
I'd
like
say keep
aligning
Smart
with the
then,
top
I
three.
guess.
No.
Maybe he is the guy that keeps
Okay.
it a team.
If this
Like you have to keep if you're going to
No,
just give
'cause
away the
if you
book
ever drop
for
down
the guy
Jaylen-
that could
no.
come in and just be the
Because if you drop Jalen down to point guard,
I don't love just give away everything for Durant
if
anymore.
you drop Jalen down to point guard or had like Grant Williams
At
or
a
someone
certain
like
point,
running
yes,
the front,
I loved it last year before they became a finals team and proved that they have some sort of
But
grit
now they got to
factor.
do it all again, and they have teams like Milwaukee. You have teams that are getting better, like the Sixers, and you have this East heating up. Even Atlanta, they're getting DeJounte Murray. You never know what they can do.
who he
They were
is.
in
it
the
never
Eastern-
gets easier.
They were in the Eastern Conference Finals last year. Miami's going to be good again. You are going to need guys who are going to have to be the X factor in an Eastern Conference Finals if it comes down to a Game 7 against Giannis, and then you have Chris Middleton back, and Kevin Durant's the guy. And
We're not going to keep winning
Are you
games.
saying it's going to be hard to win a championship?
It's just we can't keep winning game sevens
yes,
and the road's
but it
not
could
going
be
to
what
even
it's
easier
outside.
with Kevin Durant.
We don't know that.
I do know that.
That's what
I've
Brooklyn
seen it.
like. There were podcasters in Brooklyn that said the same thing.
No, but they were.
I agree with you,
But
Steele.
they never came
Good take.
together as a
Like-
team.
Good take.
They never came
they-
together
Good
as a
take.
team.
Like
They didn't
every
have the
Nets
coach.
fan, dude. The Nets thought they killed the Celtics. We were
I
just in
kind of,
the
I
NBA
kind of feel
finals,
both
they don't have
sides,
a-
but I agree with Adam. In Brooklyn, it's a fucking circus over there. They're literally for show. It's not like they don't conjoin as a basketball team. They have big names. They like playing them, paying them. They want people to go to the games and spend money and buy tickets. Like that's what people
I would
want.
agree with
I
that.
love the Steve Nash was like a Phoenix Suns sleeper agent to get KD like there.
Yeah.
Love that.
That's
conspiracy.
interesting.
Well,
I
and-
did
Love
see. I saw
conspiracy.
that circulating today. That is interesting. If that
And
is
just-
for real.
Just a side piece.
If he goes there, that's for real.
A side piece too. The coach of the year last year should have been Ime Udoka. Ime Udoka has already coached Kevin Durant for a couple of years. So if you want to talk about, it didn't happen in Brooklyn, yeah, because they didn't have a head coach in Ime Udoka. It was Steve Nash, who had no clue what was doing, can't control these divas, and it seemed like, whenever the Celtics, it seemed like you heard story after story when they were out of line at practice that they'd fucking put it right in their place. So, I don't think Kevin Durant is going to the Celtics, but I would take it any day.
Would you put him in like top 5 places he could land?
No, definitely not.
Oh, then there's no chance.
No way.
Let's not even bother talking.
No way.
You won't even put him in top 5? No
chance.
All right, then, yeah.
Top
we
5?
wasted too much time.
Yeah, top 5 for me, just offhand.
We'd be like 7.
Definitely Suns.
Good number.
Lucky.
Suns, Heat. I'd probably go Dallas. I think Dallas has a chance. They have like some pieces that they could trade. I don't think he's going to go there, but I think Memphis is a good draw too. They have a lot of people who they could trade for, and if it's him and John Morant, that's scary.
I think I saw on the odds like Portland was there too.
Portland would be awesome. That picture with him and Dame, I'm like, that looked real.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like that'd be a sick spot too. And then I just think he's
Golden
going
State?
No.
He's not.
I think he's going to the Western Conference though. I don't think he's going to stay in the East.
Him and LeBron?
No.
That would suck.
That'd be awful. But that
like
would
4
I'd rather watch
players.
LeBron with him than watch LeBron. No, I want LeBron to suffer with Kyrie. I hope the Kyrie LeBron thing happens bad.
I do too.
I need it.
I kind of want it to happen.
I fucking need that.
Yeah.
More than I need Durant and Boston, I need Kyrie and LeBron together.
Yeah. Might be the most hated duo
ever.
And I need it to be in LA too. And I need them to just be suffering. And maybe they'll probably make a movie out of it.
End of the basketball talk here. So Kevin Love got married over the weekend, and they had like the Cleveland Cavs had a reunion. Basically, it was like LeBron, Richard Jefferson, Jeff Green, like the boys were there. No Kyrie.
Love
no
that.
invite for Kyrie to Kevin Love's wedding.
Love it.
It hits the
Kevin Love's a
nail.
good guy.
The I don't know the fucking hammer on the head. Of the
nail in the coffin, baby.
Nail in the coffin.
You ever hit
Kyrie's
a
an obvious
nail on with the hammer?
Yeah. Did it work out?
Vodka, hell of a drink. Only too deep. I don't know.
Kings of Combat.
First of all, that's your third, and don't tell me that was your first 4-pack.
It is.
Jesus.
I haven't drank all day.
Doubt it.
Oh, doubt it.
Respectfully.
UFC?
Yeah, going in UFC 276 Adesanya versus Cannonier. Should be a hell of a card. July 6th. 4th of July weekend. It's an absolute stacked card. There's only really one fight I'm really looking at though that I'm like, oh my god, this is going to be a banger. Steele, I'll give you the floor. What do you like, man?
Izzy's going to win handedly.
Yeah.
The fight of the night's obviously Volkanovski.
Yeah, that's
Holloway
what I was
3.
saying. That Holloway is just a Hall of Famer, absolute beast. He's lost. Do you believe he's lost twice against one guy before?
Yeah, that's why he's going down
Is
again.
this the guy?
Volkanovski. Yeah.
This is the guy. He is the John Jones to Holloway being Cormier. He's the guy.
You think? Yeah.
I think Volkanovski 3-0 versus Max Holloway.
Wow.
And then what? They're done? That's done pretty much.
That division is so these two are so ahead of everyone else in the division. That's why he's up 2-0 and they still did a 3.
The fact and then part of the fact that just Max Holloway's a legend that he gets a third fight.
Are you giving it any chance?
Oh, there's absolutely a chance.
Max Holloway is fucking nasty.
Both of them were fucking sick. The first two, both of them were awesome fights.
I'm sorry,
an awesome fight.
I don't think anyone can beat him 3 times. I think Max Holloway's got this. There's no way someone can beat Max Holloway 3 times. It's not happening. I'm going with Holloway.
Then
upset city plus 160. Book it.
Then we have a 4th, which would be unprecedented.
So then tied 2-2. Then we have a 5th.
Even more unprecedented.
If I'm Dana and I'm listening, I'm like 5 sounds good. If they're that far and away, what are they going to do? They have to keep fighting.
Might as well make it a best of the 7 at that point.
There's no one that can touch either of those guys in that division. Yeah. And
everybody else in that division, step your game up. Step your game up.
They try.
What do they fight at? 145?
Yeah.
It's Calvin's weight, right? Yeah, Calvin got beat
I could
up
drop
a couple
down to
weeks
that.
ago.
I do not like your chances versus those guys.
I'm kidding.
Sean
Who
O'Malley.
did Holloway beat of our guy?
Calvin Kattar.
Calvin Kattar.
He landed like the most punches in UFC
That was a great fight,
history.
yeah.
And then our boy broke that record with Chris Matinho.
I don't know if I've ever seen this. I don't know
I rewatched that Chris Matinho fight the other day. It's so fucking bad.
So
Dude, and it's so it's more aggravating watching it now, watching that whole fight and having Herb call that in the last 20 seconds. I know it's to save the fighters and it's to hurt them, but like that was such an entertaining fight. Like that's like history book fight for Sean O'Malley. Like you got it. Like even going to the decision, it would have been unanimous decision, Sean O'Malley. But just like
Did you see Martino's next fight in the UFC that got him cut?
No,
he was like for some reason a favorite, and I forget who he fought, but it was some like veteran who's like been in the UFC for a long time. Just beat the absolute brakes off him. It wasn't even. It was more of a mismatch. I think you could even make an argument of the Sean O'Malley fight. I think the next morning, I think Dana gave him the call. Just like, yeah, you're gone. Like,
Yeah.
Feel bad. Love you, Chris, but
Keep working.
keep working, man.
Keep
You never
working.
know.
Made his money.
I don't know.
He's still young.
Yeah, it's out there. Then there's a lot of like
That might be more of a
promotions
diss
now.
to O'Malley, maybe. Maybe O'Malley's not all
Yeah.
that he seems.
O'Malley, big fight.
You think O'Malley wins this one?
He's favored. He should win. Is it Pedro Munez?
Yes.
He lost to Whitaker. Who else he fight? He lost to Dominic Cruz, Jose Aldo. So he's fought a couple good guys. Beat Jimmy Rivera. I still see him going down, but you never know, man. Sean O'Malley fight's always awesome. He's a very, everyone likes him, but
Entertaining.
he seemed like he's gotten caught a couple times in his last couple fights outside of the Matinho one.
Well,
but
the one he lost was a tough. Like he broke his foot.
He's broke his foot. That's tough.
Like that's just like that
That
happens.
really, that's a tough
sucks.
one to count.
He doesn't count it. He doesn't even
Yeah, he
acknowledge
doesn't,
it.
yeah. Like,
Straight up doesn't
Which is your
acknowledge it.
mentality you should have.
Yeah, he's like, I'm undefeated. Like, I
Yeah.
broke my fucking foot.
Yeah, I agree.
Now,
He's with the full Sem boys, so to
Yeah,
the moon.
he officially
to the moon.
he just got sponsored with Happy Dad, so shout out to him.
That's
for that.
big.
That is big.
Cowboy Cerrone stepping in the ring against Jim Miller in the prelims. Good to see Cowboy back. He's supposed to fight Joe Lawson like twice. Both got canceled both times.
Why?
One was Cerrone's fault, and the other
was Lozon's fault.
And both of them got canceled like the day of, like in the morning,
So it was
like
tough.
before the fight.
It was like whether it was like injuries or sickness or something like that. Shit happens, man. Both of those guys are warriors. So
Yeah, after, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, I think Lozon's knee, like, just, like, buckled that morning, and he was just like, I can't even, like, move my leg.
Fuck.
I probably wouldn't step in a ring that I wouldn't step in one.
And that's
ball,
what
you know
happens
I'm saying?
after you fight, like, 70 professional fucking, like,
So like
call
months
it a
on
day,
yeah.
boys.
That's sad. Fuck.
For
Yeah.
sure. So it should be a hell of a weekend.
Pereira Strickland, too. That should be a sick fight.
Yep.
And Pereira is the only person that's ever knocked out Adesanya.
Really?
Like, Adesanya, it was in kickboxing.
Okay.
It was in
Yeah.
kickboxing. And Adesanya was like that guy, like when the UFC signed him. Like Adesanya is already called out. He was like, after I kicked the shit out of Cannonier, he was like, I'm fucking that guy up because he knocked me out.
I'm
Like
excited.
he was like, I don't care. Like I'm fighting that
Oh,
guy.
Robbie
again.
Lawler in the main
Did he
card.
say, I
too.
didn't see that.
Yeah, like
That's exciting.
He's already called that guy out for like the
I'm
next fight.
excited
He's
for
like, I want
Adesanya.
vengeance.
That's going to be a good
That's
one.
my guy. I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen him, but I remember seeing the
Who's
way
Stylebender?
Yeah,
Stylebender
Stylebender's
guy.
got
Big
some
anime guy.
serious style.
Huge
I
anime
love
guy.
watching him fight.
It is a great
He
nickname.
like
I kinda
literally
hate that guy.
drills Naruto hand signals. Like hand signs, like fire sign, like pig, pork, like
While he's fighting.
literally
Yeah.
before a
I
fight.
gotta-
Like
It looks like he's like listening to jazz while he
He's
fights.
been called out for doing fake signs, and at his press conference, he's like, "No, I legit drill this shit."
Yeah,
like,
who do you
and then
think I am?
you
Who
go
do you
back and watch it in slow motion. He like literally like perfectly does like the fire jutsu ball, like fucking,
While he's fighting?
like right.
Yeah.
He's just a nut. He's just
All right.
Even when you watch him fight, he'll do poses from like he does like a not Bruce Lee. Brock Lee's from Naruto too. Like he does a pose when he's fighting Anderson Silva, and he does a spin kick, and Anderson Silva backs up from it, and then he does like this classic Brock Lee pose where he puts his hand behind his back and then just like kind of does that to him. And then they like show like a clip it of them like putting together like the mashup of the anime, and you're
Wow.
like, oh, so fire.
Nailed it.
Yeah, no, I love that that like type of like.
Oh yeah.
Who else was a big anime guy that we had on?
Motino.
Yeah, Matinho was, but didn't we have one more person that watched anime?
Remember Michael Vettapage in Bellator? I met him at Mohegan Sun, and he did. I'm not sure if it was complete anime, but he rolled after he won. He knocked the guy out. I was there. He rolled a Pokeball at the guy.
Oh yeah.
It was unreal.
The MVP guy, right? yeah.
You gotta
Wait, you were there?
I was there.
That's fucking nasty. That same thing. That's like an iconic fight.
Guy beats you and throws a Pokeball at you.
No, he literally
You're
has
done.
he literally has the Ash Ketchum hat. So he has it on and spins it around and then throws the Pokeball after he just knocked the guy out. He's on the ground dead.
I never would have showed my face anywhere. I would have.
He can. He's in the Pokeball now.
He did like the what are those after knockout too. He's got some cool.
He does like backflips and will land on you.
We saw him in the casino after. We got a nice picture with him. There was
sick.
another guy he fought. We went to 2 of his fights. There was another guy, local guy. I forget his name, but we drank with the guy after till like 4 a.m. The guy who Michael Venom Page beat. Guy was classic. Hung out with us the whole night.
Nice.
We got to shout out Frank the Tank.
Oh yeah, Frank the
Another
Tank
huge
Hogan,
win.
big win, 11-0.
Yep.
Didn't knock him out, but I heard the guy who we fought.
Win's a win.
His face
Tough guy.
was just like a brick.
Not looking good.
No, I watched some video and Frank the Tank was getting it done, and seems like with that CES contract he seems to be on his way. So I'm very happy for him.
Good spot.
I wish I was at a wedding rehearsal that night. Otherwise, I definitely would have gone. I love it over there. But if he fights over there again, I definitely want to go.
Thoughts on him showing up to the whatever it's called in a thong.
Good for him. You got to showmanship, man. You gotta kind of stick out.
I might have to do that.
Yeah.
No. Let me think of something. I'm not going to copy him. I'll think of something.
But he even
Do it up, man. Do it up.
the junk.
I got to do something.
The junk had like a mouth,
so
right?
supportive.
He
had a dinosaur with
Chance
lizards.
it
It was great.
It was a snake.
It was
Yeah,
great.
he opened
Snake,
up its
dino,
mouth.
whatever.
Guy's
Who knows?
nut.
Frank the Tank, happy for you,
What a
bro.
showman.
That's great.
Could be a nicer kid just knocking people the fuck out.
Yeah.
I wish he was fighting the Kings of Combat on the pro card.
I know.
That makes me sad.
There'll be
Maybe
more.
it's not too late.
There'll be more.
Yeah, you're
There'll
right.
be more.
You're right.
4th of July weekend. What are we up to this weekend, guys? Gonna be nice sun. Get the beers going. Maybe
Lots
some
of training.
pools.
Yeah, I'm in training mode, so I gotta take it easy.
All right. Be hanging about poolside a little bit.
Yeah, a little pool action.
Maybe a couple of vodkites, Trulies.
I was thinking about de-winterizing the boat.
Oh
but,
boy.
The boat. It's just gonna be an expensive summer with the boat. I just don't feel like taking on that cost.
It's too far gone.
Just remember back in the day.
Don't fix it now.
No, it's already fixed. It's just literally the fact of storing it and using it. It
we're
literally is
we're too far into the season. Here.
It's really not. I didn't put my boat in until September last year, and I probably got 25
All right, get it in the
rides
fucking water then. Let's get it in this weekend.
Yeah, that's
July hasn't even
it's
happened.
July 4th weekend.
Yeah,
Well,
so
let's just chill on the boat all weekend.
Maybe we can do it tomorrow.
Remember just the 3rd of July in high school and shit, How's Neck.
Oh, I'll be down Squantum for the 3rd of
Edgewater,
July for the
Squantum.
bonfire.
There you go.
Okay.
So Liv Callahan lives literally in front of the house, or at the house where they do the bonfire.
Nice.
So her dad does a huge he probably will get a band this year. So if you go down Orchard Beach, you'll hear live music, bunch of drinks down there, bunch
Anyone
of fun.
hit Porch Fest? I heard
I was
9
over
months in Katy.
Yep,
Yeah.
9 months in Katy over on Bayberry Street in Squantum. That was a good time.
There we go.
They're always doing. They actually perform for I'm pretty sure 3 hours straight with no breaks.
Wow.
Yeah, didn't stop for a second.
Good for them.
Get them a tour date.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
no,
crazy.
they've been stepping up there, and they honestly did sound really, really good. And it was a good time there.
I worked with John. Seemed like he was pretty hyped up for it. So
Yeah.
that's good.
No, always a good time. Always
John's
a good
my
time.
cousin.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Great
Of
guys.
course.
Great guys.
We on
I
that.
wish I made it. I haven't made it to a Porch Fest yet.
It's one of
Does
the
Liv
great.
play it
And
up?
you're in
It's one of the
Squantum,
best
yeah.
days
When
of the
you're
year.
if you're a
It's one of the
Squantum,
best
if
days
you're a
of the year.
Squantum kid, it's amazing. It's just everyone you know is
Oh,
there,
it's
all
unreal.
different ages.
Such a great day.
No one gives a fuck. The streets are all blocked off. Everyone's walking all around Squantum.
It's like an extra 4th of July.
Oh,
yeah, it really is.
Fuck!
It's a warm up.
Wish,
Yeah, it's one
wish
of my
we didn't
favorite
have a
days.
wedding that day. Otherwise, I would have been there. But
Yeah,
it's
did
good
you have a
stuff.
drink or two that day?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I actually was really bad last weekend. That's why I want to try and stay disciplined this weekend because I was all
good
over the
luck.
place.
Good luck.
This is gonna be a tough weekend. to stay
I was
disciplined.
driving the bike around.
There's definitely been a week or two in between those two, before. Having Porch Fest back to back.
Not even
July
that.
4th,
Even
that's intense.
Aquapalooza is
That
early
weekend.
this year. It's in 2 weekends. It's July 16th. It's the day of fucking Kings of Combat.
So we'll go win that, and then we'll hop on a boat.
Become
no,
champions.
it's you go on the
and
boat in the morning, and then we go to Kings of Combat because it's an all-night event.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna go on a boat a fight day. Not before fight.
Champs are different.
You're right.
It's not the champ.
I gotta do some motorboating if you get my drift before I get in the ring.
Respectfully.
All right.
We'll get caught. Videos coming this week fight videos. I don't know. Maybe I'm in a dumpster. Maybe I'm.
And again, Kings of Combat, July 16th. Still tickets on sale, and I think there's going to be a pay-per-view as well.
Yep.
As Bobby said, this is like if you do not show up from Quincy or Braintree, like it is a disgrace. It is a legit fucking disgrace. It is a $30 ticket to watch Bobby Lights Out Lang fight in his hometown. If you fuck with me and Craig, you got to be there.
Anyone? There's
a lot of Quincy Braintree brawls. Like we should sell. Quincy Braintree should sell out alone.
And who knows? The people in attendance, it could get heated between Quincy and Braintree. And they could find the
Kings
next
of Combat's going nowhere. Like if you ever wanted to fight in Rough and Rowdy and don't know how to get their attention, we are the guys that can get you in this fight.
We're gonna be doing.
Come and see the show.
We'll be doing sign-ups too for the next Kings of Combat. So we're getting people's information. We'll probably have a booth.
Legit, you're a bum if you don't come. If you're from Quincy or Braintree,
straight up scumbag.
$30 fucking. Lights Out Lang. That is
Craig Hines
in Braintree. There's no sell here. There's really no sell. Wide neck. Fucking wide neck.
You're losing.
You have to pay $30 for a wide neck cameo. He's gonna be here signing autographs. Whatever the fuck.
It's an absolute no-brainer for that weekend. Clay,
American
schedules.
Ninja, Hot Wheels.
Don't forget
Possible Ring Girls. Still, me and Craig are working on them. They flake all the time. But
July 10th, Water Club fundraiser. If anyone wants to show up, 12 o'clock to 4 o'clock.
Oh, is that done?
No, that's July 10th, Water Club, 10 to
5K.
4. Yeah. For my 10K.
I'll be there.
For the Falmouth Road Race. So.
I'll be there.
Yeah, I'm running a 10K.
I thought it was a 5K.
No.
July
I run 5Ks to warm up for the 10K.
That's
Sunday.
It's a Sunday. It's a Sunday fun day.
I'll get there.
It's the Saturday
So it's
before
actually all right. So listen, I think we should get on the horn with the off the hook guy because not this weekend because July 4th. The next weekend is
so many events.
It's Hancock Up on Saturday.
Shout it out.
So we could set it up and do a little off the hook fucking after party. Yeah, it really does.
Morning on the half show.
And then so that's gonna be there. Probably gonna end up at Water Club after that. And then you might as well just fucking find a boat and sleep on it because we're waking up early and getting right back after it Sunday.
Cole, if you're listening, training's gonna be tough.
It's gonna be a tough fight for Cole.
Tough fight.
Yeah, I'm on Team Cole.
I meant for me, but
I know. I'm just trying to hype you up a little bit while we can.
I can't wait to get these full set supplements in my fucking blood.
Thanks for joining us.
Folks, want to thank you for tuning in, as well as Jeff Nadu for coming on the show, and HedgeBettor for making this pod all possible. Big shout out to my guy Craig Kelly, Slight Edge Fitness and Performance, and the law offices of Patrick J. Foley. It's all from Steele Nazz.
Shout out Imposters NFTs. Buy the dip. Buy the fucking dip, crypto people. The economy's in the shitter. Buy the dip. Look at this little pretty guy.
Yeah. Forgot to put up the Steele Nazz logo. My bad.
Have a happy 4th of July, everyone.
Happy 4th of July.
Safe
happy 4th of July.
God bless America.
Let's get some fireworks in that.
In the transition.